Okay, well, this is a message to my ex-best friend who I know from time to time, checks in and spies and whatever. Look, it's over Red Rover. Like, let me put it to you that way, okay? Like, I've leveled up in so many ways. I've changed. I'm not the good old Clara you used to know. Okay, a lot about me has changed. There's certain behaviours I will not tolerate anymore. Like beforehand, I was very tolerable. I was too forgiving. I was a bit, just too forgiving. And boy, have I fucking grown up a lot since the time you knew me. Now, there's no point in going back. I'm a strong believer in you've made your point very loud and clear. You didn't want to know me. Okay, you didn't want to keep in regular contact with me. You treated me like I meant nothing to you anyway. So why should I even dare to go back? What, to eventually be treated that way again? No flipping way. The trust there is 100% broken. It can never ever be repaired under any circumstances. So that's just how I see it. This individual made me believe that she was going to pack her bags and leave to start a fresh, clean slate in a different state within Australia, okay? And yeah, I'm a strong believer in not forcing your friends to do whatever you want them to do. I'm not a very controlling, manipulative person. So I'll let her go. I'm thinking, you do what makes you happy, as long as you keep in regular contact. She never did. And shit hit the fan for her. I'm not going to go into gory details, but shit hit the fan for her. And I found out on the grapevine, I wasn't bloody impressed. I was quite fucking disappointed and very pissed off that she altered her children's lives. They were no longer in her care. They were taken off her with a simple, stupid event that happened, okay? And then she decided to continue that toxic behaviour, okay, and not do anything about her own mental health and just become a reckless wrecking ball, you know what I mean, and keep popping out children and having them taken off her. Now, she's got to learn that, that's your fault. And you can't point the finger and blame other people around you for your misfortunes and all the bad things that happen in your life. You are responsible. And I'm a strong believer in that, okay? So, and then on top of that, having her own daughter lie to me, tell me half-truths, fuck around with me, not being honest. I totally lost respect for her daughter as well, which I never expected her to behave that way, in the way she was behaving to me. See, this is the thing I will not tolerate, is people telling me half-truths and not being 100% truthful with me. Okay? And I will not tolerate that. And that's what this young lady who was a teenager at the time was doing. You know what I mean? Oh, it's like, what the heck? And then something else happened with this particular teenager, the daughter of my ex-best friend. I'm not going to get into details, but I wasn't fucking impressed. I'm thinking, I'm not going to be treated like a fool by nobody and be lied to and, I'm sick and tired of people being vague with me and they're not straight to the point, tell me what's bothering them, what's up their backside. It shits me when people are like that. And I just don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to knowing a toxic person. Okay? Now, look, I forgive her in that, but it doesn't mean I want her back in my life. I don't want to go back to that. I don't smoke anymore. I don't smoke green anymore. I don't drink anymore, even though we've got an alcohol collection here. I don't drink anymore like I used to. I don't like to be staying up all night, drinking, talking, all the toxic behaviours. I don't want that, and I don't want that around me. So I've sort of, I've leveled up in a way. So when you think about it, I know for a fact this individual has not changed one bit. She's still repeating past habits, bad habits, and repeating cycles in a very toxic way. Getting arrested, bashing people up, come on. Very toxic, dysfunctional behaviour. I absolutely loved and adored her like a sister. And that's how she fucking treats me, like I've meant nothing to her at all, by disappearing and not keeping in regular contact at all. Who does that? I don't care if the individual lives in Queensland and I live here in Victoria. Keep in regular contact, once a month, phone call, chat over the phone, write letters. No, she never fucking bothered, and that told me a lot. I thought, okay. And then the more horrible things I'd find out through her kids, that was like the icing on the cake for me. I thought, no, fuck that. There's no way. If she ever returns to Melbourne and wants to come crawling back, which I know for a fact she's back in Melbourne, she's back in Victoria, she's living somewhere in Oakley, no fucking way. She's got to learn to stop repeating cycles. She's burnt a lot of bridges with a lot of people. It's not just me. And she's got a lot of growing up to do, and any new friends she makes now, she's going to make sure she treats them like gold and not treat them the way that she treated me, by lying to me, not being 100% open and real and honest with me and playing silly games. I'm not up for that anymore, and I will not tolerate that by anybody. That's just how I roll. And I have been this way for quite some time now. She disappeared since 2014 was the last time I fucking spoke to her on the phone. It was the most bizarrest fucking phone conversation I've ever fucking had with anyone. She was fucking weird towards me on the phone, talking down to me. It was fucking weird. Then she packed her bags in a panic, from what I found out from her nan and her brother, and she just fucking took off. And she just was not herself. She was in panic mode. And she had a meltdown. Okay, fair enough. We'll do something about it. She never did. She decided to continue her fucking meltdown for nearly, 10, 12 years? Like, come on, man. Enough is enough. Time to grow the fuck up. And that's just how I see it. It was great knowing you, but I believe in the last 3 years of our relationship, you started to dislike me or become highly jealous of me. And you hid those feelings to yourself, and you started to slowly hate me, and you just wanted to go. You just couldn't bear being around me because I was making you jealous all the time. That's exactly what it was, people. She turned on me slowly the last 3-4 years of our friendship. So by 2010, I think that's when she started. Actually, it would have been soon after her mother passed. That's when she started. Look, I understand she was grieving, and I did everything I could for her. I tried to encourage her to get grief counselling with her brother together as a team. She refused to. Anything that we've ever said or done, advice-wise, she's rejected. It just goes over her head. She thinks she knows everything. And she was in denial about her bipolar disorder. She wouldn't do anything about it. She wouldn't take her meds. She'll self-medicate. You can't be that way. You want good things in your life, you got to fucking grab the bull by the horns and take responsibility. And stop blaming other people around you, and start showing and proving to people that you have changed and you've done the right thing in life. But no. I bet you still today she's getting drunk, getting smashed, harassing people, innocent people in the street probably, and wanting to bash them up. I can't be around that. I'm 42 fucking years old, man. You need to grow up. Fucking hell. That's my message to you, okay? Grow up and move on and be happy without me. You're gonna be fine. You don't need me now, okay? You were fine for, how many years now? Well over 8, 9, 10 years now without me, by not communicating with me at all. With your so-called friends, because, they're not do-gooders.